wish that you were mine. Hey, what are you doing, buddy? All right, so yeah, I hit the record button and didn't even know I hit the record button. So I'm like, hey, um, hey, um, have I told y'all how proud of y'all I am? If no one has told you this week, this month, today, this hour, or this very second, I'm very proud of you, and I love you. I do. I love you as a man. I love you as a woman. I love you as a teenager. Um, I love you. I know a lot of guys don't like telling each other. I'm like, I love you, man. Got love for you, homie. I love you, man. I love you, woman. So proud of y'all for just keeping y'all minds and y'all spirits open to the possibilities. And I want to welcome y'all to the love circle. What is the love circle? People that are determined to spread love, not hate, not drama, dysfunction. Spread love. And when you spread love, it's like the circle is this small, and then it gets go bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. The more you share these videos, the more you cut and paste the link and put them on your Twitter timelines, telling all your followers, you gotta see this. I don't need the followers. It's not about my ego being stroked. I get inspired. We just reached 11 million today. 11 million beautiful souls around the world, inspired and motivated, and just new things to consider. I look at this as virtual mentorship. So I'm about to fly in a couple of hours. Got to leave town, and I wanted to talk to my more smart and sophisticated folks out there. Educated, smart, brilliant, forward-thinking folks. I want to talk about ideas and the power of ideas. You know, they say you got to think out of the box. But in my mind, the box never existed. In my mind, there is no box. In my mind, I have such a bold, unapologetic approach to any and everything I do. It makes people uncomfortable. I am relentless. I am a force. I am a bold interpretation of God's gifts and talents and visions. I am a visionary. I am. You are too. What is a visionary? A visionary is someone who is able to see and conceptualize something that doesn't exist, to have a vision, and then to do any means necessary to see to it that the vision come to life. There are so many of y'all who God sent visions and ideas. You get excited about it. You start running your mouth, telling everybody about your ideas. They look at you like you're crazy. They don't give you any kind of energy and enthusiasm about your energy. Then you actually start thinking that your idea is stupid. Only those that can see the invisible can do the impossible. I'll say it again. Only those who can see the invisible can do the impossible. It's being able to see what doesn't exist. And then there's even more power to be able to see what doesn't exist and then to be able to articulate it and verbalize it. So that if you get someone to help you to bring this vision to life, you're at least able to describe it and explain it and then get it out. I woke up one day and had a vision of building a restaurant in my backyard. I was laughed at. People thought I was crazy. When people are sitting inside of my restaurant, eating in my backyard, it is so fly, beautiful, and amazing. They actually stop. They actually forget that they're in my backyard. But the whole time I'm like, wow, had I not moved on this vision, or had I let people laugh at me and talk me out of my visions and ideas, I wouldn't be who I am today. When I first told people I wanted to sing, they laughed at me. They talked about me. When I told people I was going to transition from singing to acting and doing movies, they laughed at me. They wrote stories all over the internet. Why don't you chill out, man? Stick to singing. Leave that shit alone, dog. Just stick to singing. We done seen a million singers trying to act. They fell on their face, dog. Leave that shit alone. And now they're asking me for tickets to my movie premieres. When I went from movies to writing books. Oh, now you want to write a book? Man, ain't nobody going to be reading that bullshit, man. Leave that shit alone, dog. Everybody want to write a book. As soon as somebody get famous and get successful, they want to write a book thinking that they know it all. People's negative agenda. If you don't have your own visions and dreams, your goal is to talk me out of mine. If you don't have your own visions, you become a vision killer. When you start having conversations with people that's in your family, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, people in your surrounding circles, most of us have validation issues, where as soon as we get excited about something, we want everybody to validate us and make us feel good about everything that we come up with. Oh my God, I got this crazy idea. What? Oh man, I think I should boom, 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 and boom, boom, boom. And if your boys look at you like, nah, that shit is whack, you'll actually sit down and be like, all right, that shit was corny. Fuck it. 6 months later to a year, you at home looking at TV, and the idea that you had, somebody becomes a multimillionaire off of it. And then you call your boys up. Yo, you remember that? Remember like a year ago I told y'all niggas that I was going boom, boom, boom? Nigga, I just seen that shit on TV. Let me bring some clarity to what that means. If God sends you a vision or an idea and you don't move on it, because the idea must come to life, he's going to send the idea to somebody else. I believe that when God sends you visions and ideas about what you're supposed to do with your life and your career, you are to be obedient to the vision. See, don't mess with my God. It's our God. But I have, when it comes to my relationship with God, he has blessed my life and my career, and he has had so many visions and ideas to drop down on me. I almost get offended when somebody has a great idea and they don't move on it. Who are you to not be obedient to God's visions and ideas that he dropped down on you? Who do you think you are? There are so many multimillionaires and billionaires out here who got all the money in the world, but they don't have your ideas. They eat at fancy restaurants. You in your mind have said to yourself, I can't go to those restaurants because I can't afford to eat in those restaurants. You know how to look presentable. You got charm and charisma and all the good energy in the world. You have visions and ideas. You got a homegirl that looks presentable. You got a homeboy that looks presentable. Go to these restaurants. Even if you order a salad, park up the street if you don't want to pay money for valet. Get in the restaurant. Socialize. Network. Out of sight, out of mind. No one will ever believe in you, your visions, or your ideas if they're unaware of them. You have to get on people's radars. Most of y'all in the black community specifically, y'all got this thing with y'all pride and y'all ego. It is so out of control. I ain't thirsty. What I look like walking up to him, sweating him all up in his face. What I look like? Guess what? I'm thirsty to pay these bills. I'm thirsty to keep my daughter in private school. I'm thirsty to be hungry and never have to worry about eating. I'm thirsty to be able to say if I want that, want to leave, if I need gas money, if I want to fly, if I want to leave. Listen, if you don't change your attitude, it is going to compromise the altitude of your career. You change your attitude and it's going to change the altitude of your life and your career. I guarantee you that. If there's a director across the room and I need to make sure that he thinks of me, meets me, catch a vibe with me, my agents didn't get me in Transformers. I got me in Transformers. I connected with Michael Bay, befriended him. He became my friend. I ended up in Transformers because of my relationship with Michael Bay. This is a true story. Most of these blessings and opportunities and situations that I've came across over all of these years did not come from my agents, managers, and lawyers setting it up, arranging it, putting me in a room, and getting me to get shit done. It's about the hustle. Some of y'all got so much pride, that's why you at home broke and fucked up right now. Your pride and your ego has killed your destiny. It has killed your dreams, has killed your career. Your pride and your ego is out of control. You gotta laugh at shit that ain't funny sometimes. You gotta be around people that you may not like sometime to get the things that you want and your heart desire with no malicious intent. It's not about being fake. You gotta do what you gotta do so that at some point in your life and your career, you can really do the things that you want to do. Most of the folks that's listening to this, y'all understand what it's like. You got to stroke the right egos. You got to do the song and dance. You got to laugh at shit that ain't funny. You got to befriend people that you may not like. You got to do whatever the fuck you got to do to survive. Your pride and your ego has killed your career. You are supposed to be so much further up the success ladder. But your pride and your ego is out of control. Ideas and visions and dreams are God sent. For you to not be obedient to these visions and dreams, you are doing a disservice to the relationship that you have with God. I believe that. Some of y'all are thinking it's easy for you to say because you're famous. It's easy for you to say because you got money. Most of y'all probably grew up with way more money than I ever had. Because you live in the ghetto doesn't mean you're broke. There's a whole lot of people living in the hood that got it good, and you know what I'm talking about. Everything about my childhood was fucked up. Everything about my upbringing was so flat broke and so unbearably uncomfortable. You have no idea. So for me to be as successful as I am today is because I am not afraid of the word no. I'm not afraid of rejection. I'm not afraid of somebody turning me down. I'm not afraid of anybody. Even to this day, you would say, well, shit, you Tyrese now, so if somebody would have turned you down, you'd probably be extra pissed off. No, I get turned down about shit that I want all the time, even as Tyrese. You dust yourself off and you try again. If you make it to the end of this message, what do I want you to say? First of all, I want you to share this video. Can you share this video? There's a lot of people that need to hear this. I want you to share this video. I want it all over the internet. Everywhere, all over Facebook. Share. I want the love circle to expand and grow. Share. If you make it to the end of this video, I want you to write, I'm going to be obedient to my visions and ideas. I'm going to be obedient to my visions, dreams, and ideas from here on. And I'm asking you to join me.